is Aulia Yasmin and my student number is 2023322081. Today I will walk you through the implementation of machine learning on real-world dataset related to that skincare products. In this project, I apply two types of machine learning classification using decision tree and clustering using the K-means. The goal is to explore how machine learning can be used to analyze and understand product patterns based on simple features like price and brand. Now let me explain each step in detail, starting with the classification process. First, I started by loading a skincare dataset from Kaggle. The dataset contains information such as product name, product type, price, and ingredients. I especially focus on the price and the brand extracted from the product name as the main feature. The product underscore type column was used as the classification target. And in the processing stage, I removed the currency symbol from the price and converted into numerical format. Then I extract the brand by taking the first word of the product name and encoded it using label encoder to convert into numerical value. The same encoding was applied to the product type, which serves as the label for classification. And to keep the model and visualization readable, I selected only the top 5 most frequent product types for classification. This helps prevent confusion in the confusion matrix and improves accuracy in a multi-class scenario. And next, I split data into 80% for training and 20% for testing. Then I use the decision tree classifier with a max depth of 5 to train the model on the training set. Decision tree was chosen because it's easy to interpret and visualize. After training, I visualized the model using confusion matrix to show how well the model classifies each product type. I also display the decision tree diagram to illustrate how the model makes prediction based on the brand and price. And for evaluation, I use four metrics: accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. The results showed an accuracy of around 40%, which is reasonable considering we only use two basic features. Precision was higher than recall, indicating the model was more careful in predicting each class but sometimes miss actual products. And now for clustering, the first step before applying K-means algorithm is pre-processing. I started by selecting the two features that will be used for clustering. The first one is price and brand encoded. Since K-means clustering is sensitive to feature scale, I apply standardization using standard scalar from scikit-learn. This process transforms both features so they have mean of 0 and standard deviation of 1. Without scaling, the price feature, which has much larger range, would dominate the clustering, leading to biased or meaningless result. After scaling the data, I applied the K-means algorithm to group the skincare products into 3 clusters. The number of clusters, K3, was chosen based on intuition and domain knowledge to represent 3 potential product segments: budget, mid-range, and premium. The K-means model works by randomly initializing 3 cluster centers, assigning each product to the nearest center based on distance, updating the center based on current group members, and repeating the process until the position stabilizes. After fitting the model, I save the resulting cluster labels to the data frame for visualization and analysis. Once the clustering was complete, I used 2D scatter plot to visualize the result. Each point represents a product plotted using scaled price and brand encoded value and colored according to its cluster label 0, 1, or 2. The plot makes it easy to see whether there are natural groupings in the data. For example, whether products from high-end brands group together or is cheaper products from distinct cluster. This help identify product positioning in the market and brand segmentation. And since clustering is unsupervised, we don't have real labels to compare with. So to measure the quality of the cluster, I use two evaluation metrics. The first one is the silhouette score. This score measures how well each product fits into its own cluster compared to other clusters. It ranges from -1 to 1. The closer the value is to 1 is the better. My model got a score of 0.453, which means the cluster result is moderately good. Some clusters are quite clear, but a few products may sit close to the border. And for the second is the Davis-Bouldin index. This score tells us how similar the clusters are to each other. For this metric, the lower the value is the better. My model got a score of 0.774, which is still acceptable. It means the clusters are relatively well separated, but there is still some room for improvement.